pressure on your opponents. Like, you're letting people get a lot of their signature picks. They're bringing these lineups together in ways that have a lot of bailout, provide a lot of utility. They can hit timings in the game. They can own you on lanes. They can go in the mid game with auras. They can scale. And you're picking these lineups where it requires a lot of outplay against your opponents. Like, you have to, you know, as the panel said, we need a fast game from XG. You don't really see a lot of ultra fast games from XG. This is not the team that's going to necessarily run you over. If anything, it maybe comes from XM in that mid lane. Like, you can sometimes just outskill people and give them a lot of tempo, but otherwise, just play for the mid and late game timing, getting Ame super farmed, getting their cores in a position where they're all kind of equal footing and can hold their own in the fight. And this is another lineup it's a solid lineup, but denied. What is special about it?
Okay, so game one, I didn't need you to point out the weaknesses or the outdraft there. Like, I saw it. I don't see it here. What is wrong with Extreme Gaming's lineup?
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Okay, I just don't feel the oomph. I think it's another game where this storm can pop off. I think it's another game where Doom can pose some problems for a mostly single core lineup with this gyro. Like, this Doom gyro matchup's not fun. It kind of prevents you buying the Satanic later on, which is a big component of this hero as a carry. And okay, let's say you're in a situation where the gyro gets Doom, he gets taken out of the fight, and the other two cores pick up the slack. They can a bit, but you are into like Bat Rider Pugna that can kite you around, provide a little sustain, a little displacement. I just feel like PVision have more options in how to take fights and how to scale their lineup, whereas XG is more single focused. Like, they need to get farm on the gyro, the Pango, and the Bristle. So if someone gets doomed, the other two can pick up the fight, and it's a lot of physical all-in DPS. There's not a lot of magic type of ability here. It's like all in, we're gonna out physical you here. If PVision get armor up, they get AC Shivas in this game, negates a lot of XG's damage.
Okay, but sure.
These are good.
But another way to describe that is it's a synergistic lineup in that they have physical damage and minus armor and tag team.
Sure. I think that's why it's a solid draft. I think this is a closer draft than game one for sure.
That's the spirit!
Like, I don't think it's that unfavorable.
It would be tough to make a worse drafting outcome than game one, I think.
I'm just conveying the point that I have not been inspired.
Okay, that's
not
fair.
That my opinion
that's fair.
Means much, but
I'll let Yahweh know. One of his most faithful disciples has begun to lose faith, and maybe it's time for him to hang it up.
I don't think he cares. I don't think he even knows who I am.
Well, I hope he cares about that game one outcome, because I don't really think Extreme Gaming had too much of a chance in that one. But maybe they can. I mean, they still played very well in game one. I think despite the odds that they were up against.
Yeah, I didn't have a lot of issues with the gameplay. Their options were super limited, and they honestly played some of those fights pretty patiently, pretty disciplined. They overextended with that Aegis period, but honestly, there's gonna be criticism for how they use that Aegis. I just don't know how often you can win the game from that position anyway with the Aegis. Like, what are you supposed to do with it other than farm and play defensive? You should have some more aggressive options because you're not on some Meepo clock. You have multiple playmakers here.
On XXS, trying to chase them down. Tag team just used to try and slow down the aggression on XXS. And yeah, Bristleback Tusk, they may have some synergy with the other heroes, but they don't actually have much synergy between themselves.
Yeah, you're looking to maybe get stacks and accelerate this Bristle that way, but no pressure going into this Doom at all. Pressure will have to pick up for here for XG because you want to get something with this Disruptor, right? And they do have a lineup that can run at PVision and set the glimpses up. Gyro's pretty good at it. Pango's pretty good at it. The Bristle is good at it later when he gets some recovery time.
Comes back. Yeah, he's going to be caught by the rotation from Shin Q. What a rotation.
Nice little pick-me-up. This is more what they need in this lineup. Like, the supports combining around the map, just running at heroes, mixing them out of position, get a lot of single target bursts to put into them. This Gyro can really accelerate the Disruptor's game, and the Disruptor can accelerate the Gyro's game if they work together here.
Right.
And that's where this lineup can kind of pop off. If the Gyro gets a lead, he's always a beast of a hero.
That combo of Glimpse Missile is like so small that's actually really annoying. Running away, the missile chases you, then you get glimpsed back, the missile just continues to follow you, now you're in a bad position and the missile hits you.
And they're gonna get 9 class, 2 for nothing here as
pretty easy.
DM forced into the jungle, the usual Vision shenanigans. Though in this situation he did get a decent amount off the lane. He already had the ring, he got some stacks going, so this is not raw jungling from PM at all.
Yeah, the same out is not there for XXS, for example, who, well, if they could get the kill on Takalis, that would forgive a lot. Now, Takalis does have some answers to some of this physical damage. It's only going to last so long, though. Decrepify wears out. They'll eventually get the kill. XXS, he's going to take out, though, due to the Scorched Earth from Satanic. In fact, he might get a double. Jingu might have to snowball just to live. Even then, Satanic can keep the pressure on him.
I still like this from Jingu. Like, way more active game than that game. He already has 3 assists on the board. He's impacted 2 lanes. You want to make this laning phase chaotic. Even if the Bristle goes down, so what? He wasn't getting anything here anyway.
Yeah.
And at least you're getting some XP for him as he takes the Pugna down. Creating some chaos around the map. Forcing some reactions out of PARIVISION. That's how you can turn this game into a disruptor game and just catch them off guard. Rotating mid. He was not level 6. Absolutely beat a kill here, but unfortunately no one had another pretty good laning phase on this Storm. Secured his own game here.
Good pressure on the tower, at least.
Full range creep plus catapult. Do a little bit of chip damage. Maybe bring him off the power rune. They bring both supports here and they'll get it.
Little lucky and a little unlucky. Not the rune, but it's an invis rune.
Downside is if that's a better rune, maybe you can contest what's happening in Radiant Jungle right now, because stacks are being cleared through by this Darkseer Bat Rider.
Yeah.
PARIVISION don't want anybody coming in here. You gotta be sniffing it out right now if you're XG. You've been off the lane for a while, you know the usual shenanigans.
I mean, Flosin.
Unpunished with Vanguard already done.
Yeah. I'll get a little damage on the tower, but I mean, you know, your matchup against these European teams, there are going to be a few team stacks like this. Q, he tries to get a little bit of an idea of what's going on here. With the invis, he might be in position to get a good Rolling Thunder, just burst down Night Class right away. Now the Rolling Thunder, they're going to go after D. A little bit of body blocking, glimpse back. XM didn't know that was going to happen exactly.
Not the
communication between
synergy you're looking for there.
Yeah, no one's going to go back for it. See if he can punish. Blows in, pulled back in due to his passive. It actually pushes away some of these heroes. Ion Shell, though, is going to be run down. Oh no! Satanic just found the gyrocopter kill at top lane.
What a dude connection for him.
Looks like he went through the gate. Blows lives though. Gets through that one, gets a glimpse back, but the Decrepify, that negates all the damage from the Pango.
And they defend the Ancient stack there, which was the original prize.
Right.
Nice 60 damage in particular, Satanic finding that gyro kill. That's where this matchup just sucks for gyro. There's not a lot you can do. Doom finds you, he dooms you. Your fight's pretty sad. It's pretty over unless you have enough HP. You can just sit there and take everybody with you. He's got Surge to play around with this game as well. He's got Lasso to drag the gyro in. Alme's game is not that easy here. Having a very good start. This is going to set him back considerably.
Night Class is surrounded by heroes, and once he's spotted, he's still at the glimpse, and they go for the kill. Snowball into Satanic. He's really trying to go for this hero. He's pretty, yeah, tanky is. With the Midas armor, it's wearing through him, but they do actually have the damage now. Extreme, they might lose both heroes here for this, trying to block him out with the shards. Of course, Night Class just, he can't get him, flies through it, but he can't do enough damage.
Ran out of spells. Vanguard blocks the
long zip, teleport away from the Bristol back is successful. No one. They'll try and get both the supports and will have both the supports. Big galvanized stacks for no one off of that play.
If you're XG, you're just happy you didn't get all 3 there. Bristol survives. Nice little trade for XXS, but yeah, amp damage, no one coming in. This is another reason why I kind of favor PARIVISION. I just don't see them lose with no one Storm. Like, this guy is just way too good on this hero to get in these games where it comes later in the draft and he has backup and he's against kind of limited lockdown. I just would not bet against this guy. He is top of the net worth chart, even after Doom solo kill Gyro. 3-0 start for the Storm, got the galvanized stacks up, he's cruising.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Stacking continues.
Oh yeah, they're just not laning up top. There's nothing for Ame to punish on this wave.
We've talked about this a lot. What do you do when the enemy team is stacking like this? So many teams default to just trying to even the experience and stack themselves.
You run it their safe lane because you have a numbers advantage, or you run it the stacks and you at least dissuade them, get vision on them, harass it a little bit, reach the XP, but it has to be one of the two.
I mean, we talked about how running at the stacks just very rarely goes well for the team that's being aggressive. feel like that play works like 1 in
Radiant's
5.
bottom tower
It's
is
not,
under
it's not that
attack.
easy.
And
It's,
then 3 and 5, it goes
Radiant's bottom
terrible.
tower
it's super
has
dependent on the
fallen.
mid matchup, and if you can
Dire's
punish the
top
mid hero.
tower is under
This
attack.
game, the Storm is pretty hard for XG to interact with early until you have static Storm up, which means every time you go to try and combat those stacks, the Storm Spirit's just lingering around. He's going to kill you on the turn.
Dire's
Playing
middle
for Good pickup from Extreme. Maybe the haste rune. Yeah, XM's gonna get that. And off of that, no, he doesn't want to chase after the Pugna. Fair enough.
He got what he came for. He's going the Storm into the power room. Speed up this defusal. Extra experience for the Disruptor, who really needs to get the 6 in this game for Static Storm. Kill threat on this lineup. Very good Static Storm game. You can get up early and start winning in the fights. Annoying spell for the Pugna, annoying for the Darkseer. Bat doesn't like this matchup too early in the early game. Storm's not going to have a defensive item for a while. XG, strike back. Get on into that bottom part of the map as well, so...
Oh, XM. He's crashed midway through the shield crash. Fortunately, he's got that haste rune from earlier, so he can just run away.
Decisive really wants this tower. You gotta die for it, though.
Yeah, XM really doesn't want to let it happen. Sister Shroud, pretty good in those situations.
I will say, I think the armor items are quite good for Fusion as this game goes later. I think there are some items that are quite nice for Extreme Gaming. I would like to see them pull out here, particularly an earlier Nullifier.
Yeah, that was... do you think that was missing in game 1?
A little. I mean, you can deal with some of the auras, but I don't think it's as clear a Nullifier game as this one is when you're against Pugna Darkseer.
Yeah.
You negate so much spell power and item power with that item in this game. I would absolutely love it.
And Pango's a really good hero to have it.
Yes, they have a clear builder for it. So if that item comes out, could be a nice timing for XG in this game. I also think Lotus Orbs are quite good for them here. That's the Storm they're doing. You get Lotus Orb protect this gyro. Makes them a way more of an annoying target to go on. So some of these clutch utility items could be really nice for Extreme Gaming this game, man. They keep some of the spell power that Fusion are bringing to the fights. An easy glimpse here. You get the tower?
He got the tower.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Time to use the Rolling Thunder. These are all moves for Decisive. He'll take a little L and then he dies.
Kelly's boy got the job done.
Oh, Arcane Rune for XM though.
He's having a solid game here. It's not that rich, but that involved, he's got his diffuser, getting his power, and it's kind of everything you want. All this gyro cleans up the map.
Radiant's middle tower
And we
is
haven't
under
seen another
attack.
Doom in this game. Satanic just back into that jungle, found the one top, but not a lot of early fights for him to join. Actually controlling the tempo here.
XG's now doing the stacks for themselves. A little bit harder for Xin-Q to get the double stacks, but
Get it here. Pretty close. Oh, he got the ancient, didn't get the big.
Radiant Tusk.
That's tough with the Tusk.
yeah. Still like blood grenade for it.
Ancient's still the more important one here, though, when you have already 4 points black gyro coming in with the early Crystallis.
It's the ultimate to make it a little bit easier. Tag team even being used. Tag team swashbuckle and flat cannon. Really good synergy in the early game.
You got those goose stacks going around. That is a lot of minus armor synergy, or I should say physical damage synergy. Early Crimson from DM. That's his way to try and combat all these hits going through. Can't blame him. Seems like a pretty good game for it.
It is, yeah.
And yeah, that bat blink is going to be a signal to try and pick this game pace up, but that's a ways away, honestly. The PARIVISION support's pretty poor this time around. Didn't get a lot done in the laning phase. Had to sacrifice a lot of their net worth to get the stacks up with the Darkseer.
Smoke up with the power rune. The arcane rune popped in the bottle, and they now have an illusion rune, which is really not that bad considering he's got a diffuser blade and the and his armor orb.
Also,
Good
dodge
vision on Satanic.
This would be the dream pickoff.
It is the dream pickoff indeed. That'll delay the Radiance by a decent amount.
I don't think you got the static storm here. That's kind of the one downside of that. But they didn't want to return Doom going off, and they don't know who's around, so I understand it. Just that spell is so valuable in this early game.
Okay, I think the Rolling Thunder is more valuable. So I'm okay if you're going to use one of the two, I guess. Again, he had a arcade, so maybe it was okay to use Rolling Thunder.
There's like Static Storm is such a big threat for no one. Just play aggressive here.
Sure.
And your window to use it against him is kind of looking because he's just going basically first item BKB after this Kaya.
No one is really strong right now. He's got the big Lotus, and he's got 17 wand stacks.
He's got a lot of mana to work with. Iron Shell on top of him and some extra DPS.
He kind of has 2 lives for the next fight.
I mean, you know he wants something here. And we're looking around this top tower, but nobody comes to defend it. Gallus will take it. Oh! Just continue farming, pushing towards the BKB. Get a D-ward on the gate as well.
Okay, so when you can't rely on the Gyrocopter's satanic timing, what I assume you just have to play faster. Gyrocopter, right?
Generally, yes, but it's just not how XG play.
Yeah.
Okay,
Even with this disruptor lineup, it's slow and controlled.
Does that mean you're going to itemize your way out of it? Are we going to see a couple Lincolns or what?
That's what I'm saying. Lincoln's Lotus, throw it on this guy, protect him a bit, force them in a position where you spin on the gyro, the other 2 cores, not value out of that middle with the fight. Disruptor will get jumped. Felt inevitable that no one is going to find somebody on this map. Sure. I would be gearing up for this Doom matchup, itemization-wise, if I'm Extreme Gaming. If you can negate his presence, you'll go a long way in this game. The only other one's the Nullifier.
Yeah, so Nullifier in the Pango, and then it means Bristleback probably has to get Lincolns or Lotus.
I think Lotus eventually, yeah. We'll Pipe. If you can end up with Pipe, maybe Crimson. It's not the best Crimson game, so maybe just skip it here, but Pipe Lotus, I think, are the 2 biggest items for XXS here.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is
Down the
under
minus means the Radiance is done for the Doom.
He's farming pretty well at the same time. This Gyro's ahead of him. Like, Ame got the benefit of a lot of the stacks off the jungle. Is a fast ag after the Crystallis here.
Getting double ags, Gyro and Pango. Extreme are going to have a big window here where I think they're much stronger in team fights.
Pango's kind of a menace if he doesn't get lassoed. Honestly, nothing for him. Maybe that's a little precise in this draft. You have a lot of team fights, and you have a decent amount of like sustain and disable options, but nothing to really deal with this Rolling Thunder. Whereas usually teams prioritize having some sort of direct counter.
Yeah, their answer is defensive, right? With Decrepify. Class, he'll lasso.
Radiant's middle tower
Glimpse
is under
back.
attack.
Close in. I mean, 9 class is just probably going to commit for this one. Man, that innate is super annoying for Bat Rider. He doesn't get the kill.
Look at that. Survives it all in the end. 9 class trying to get cheeky, trying to get himself that play that kill is denied. That's going to slow that timing down even more. He is just mega poor this game.
And instead, it's the Jin Q Tusk who has his Blink Dagger. So you combine with the aghanim scepter timing.
That was lame.
And I feel like Extreme should just go full aggression here in the next couple of minutes.
Yeah, they're going to hit a really nice point. They'll even have Pipe on the bristle for this. The team fight's going to be there completely. They have some decent single target DPS if they just want to force the Roshan. They end up in a fight where Doom gets used. I think they will force the Roshan. They win the fight, they'll take it absolutely.
I bet they're going to wait for BKB on Gyro, which is fair, but I do kind of feel like we're just stalling a little bit too much. You know, even just like one smoke move would make me feel a lot better for Extreme. But they're prone to a more defensive style.
They're very close to big items. I don't think you're in a crazy rush this game either. The Storm already has a BKB. The Darkseer already has a You're going to let Doom get to BKB? I guess that's your one concern, but it's a carry Doom. He's going to get to items no matter what.
They'll play behind XM.
That's piped onto the bristle, prompting this. For any glimpse target, they'll find it.
DM stuck inside the meta
No chance.
and they will use that momentum to take the mid tower away.
This little smoke pick off, accelerate these item timings. This is going to get your Pango Ags. This is going to get you halfway to that BKB on the Gyro, and now you're you're cruising as a 5-man stack.
Radiant's
I love that
middle
Ame
tower
shows
is
up
under
for that,
attack.
because if there's a full-out fight, he's needed, but if not, he can also just get the last hit on the tower, because I feel like his BKB timing is the last thing that Extreme Gaming are really waiting on.
You're really strong right now. You just need to avoid the situation where Gyro gets moved all in and you're just stuck in this kind of weird fight against BKBs.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen. You are stronger on the map right now. You're stronger in the 5-on-5, and you're going to force the issue, go straight into that Tormentor. Get a free shard here. Hope it's not the Disruptor one.
So much better for the Tusk, and it is the Tusk.
Ooh, look at that. Q's happy about that.
Success is going SNY. You disagree? We already outlined what items we want to see from it.
Haste!
Gives you more tri-core scale.
Yes.
Which is also not bad.
Except, felt like there was more behind to call a show in here. There's no one sitting around. Here's the BKB. So Extreme Gaming, now it's just about getting the map into a position that you feel comfortable doing Roshan. He's going to be in this bottom side of the map for 4 minutes.
I would like the Lotus here, but if he feels the Sanjin Yasha build-up is going to give him more scale, and maybe they get Roshans anyway, so you don't need to protect this Gyro as much. Definitely a completely fine way to go about it here, and it'll give you more confidence as this game goes later. That part is guaranteed. You're not finding a lot in this game. Get farm on the Doom and the Storm, but that's about it. Supports are definitely not happy with this kind of pace.
No. Which is surprising, because Bat Rider is the best farming support of the 4, right?
His start was just so slow because he had to get the stacks up for the Dark Seer. Downside of hard lane, straight up. Punished a little bit. Gonna get punished again. Aegis for Ame. That's a big Aegis in this game.
PARIVISION, they didn't really get much for it. A little bit of damage on a tier 2 at top. I mean, they were spread out around the map. 5 different heroes were kind of farming at that time, but it was a fast Roshan. Chase no one out of the pit. Oh, God, what a hit from Shin-Q.
He knew exactly where he was. That's a 2-hero gank for the enemy mid laner. Farming on way too low HP. Down those galvanized stats. Big find from Tusk. He has had a tremendous game 2 here. Maybe Extreme Gaming just started out a little sleepy. Trying to wake up.
Save the Wisdom Shrine for DM.
Had to wash their face off.
Think about it, there's actually a lot of yelling between the 2 teams.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yelling at the enemy team. Jiao yelling at his own team.
One of those is not like the other. One of those is a lot more sad when you lose.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is
Tower for Ame, uncontested here.
If PARIVISION is not going to contest you for towers, you think about high ground, they give you tier 2s, like, how tempted are you to be like, okay, I'm just gonna hit the tier 3 and see what PARIVISION does in response to that?
I mean, when you just completed Daedalus on Ame, it's real tempting.
Yeah.
Still should not underestimate this new
Radiant's
strength.
middle tower is under
Head up
attack.
fight, but
No, and they are going to be pushing into Bat Rider and also a fight that Disruptor is probably not at that effective here. Still trying to go for the back line here. Get that one on. They get pulled apart here. They're going to do this. And yeah, for a second life. It's not long for this world. He's going to BKB, TP out. Can they do enough damage to go? Got it. He's going to take out in the fountain here. What a fight. PARIVISION using the high ground cliff to just dismantle XXS. He wasn't able to do anything.
the first out of the fight, put Tusk up there. Your initiation backfires pretty hard. As PARIVISION are all in the area, and I think XG were just not expecting the the support to come in that fast on this type of play. Static Storm doesn't really control anything. You have the BKB on the Storm. Just a miserable position for Ame to fight around too. Like, I don't think he really gets anything done in this fight. The Rolling Thunder ends. The Eclipse Pugna a couple times, that's it. Very similar to game one, where it felt like the forced aggressive goes from FG continue to backfire on them.
Yeah.
That said, you can only play defensive in this series so much and win, right? Like, you do have to force the issue eventually. Got to be a bit smarter about it, a bit more together. I don't mind that jump if Gyro's with you on the front line. When you go without him, you don't have a lot of burst to follow up this Tuscan issue.
I think conceptually, jumping the Pugna first is great.
Oh yeah.
Right? They burst him down. It makes the Rolling Thunder free in the team fight. But fortunately, they were fighting around a cliff area. And I think Night Class had a game plan there of somebody was going to get clipped. It was either the Bristleback or it was going to be the Gyro.
Is under attack.
Jumping his Pugna is also only good if you actually kill him jumping.
Yeah. They got the half health.
The Pugna guys, that's great. It doesn't do anything if he just walks it off and drops his ward, gets a suck off. That's what I feel like you have to play on the Gyro and the Pego damage, and you have to make sure that the follow-up's there. That player's just a little too split.
Dire's top tower is under
Five
attack.
position for XG though, as they march back out on the map. And
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I don't want to give up too many more
Dire's
of
middle
those.
tower is under
You
attack.
try and whittle through the BKB durations for no one.
Radiant are scared.
And it did give Satanic his next item here on the Doom. A lot of gold for that Doombringer. He finishes an entire Silver Edge. Interesting item choice. You get the break against the Bristle, some invis entryway into the fight that isn't blink required.
Yeah.
I don't mind it here. It's going to scale pretty well, right? Like the attack speed, the damage this hero has, the pack leader aura. He hits really hard. He can just sit there BKB and take the fight to the Gyro.
Satanic, perhaps taking a few notes out of Yatoro's book.
Yatoro wouldn't play Doom.
Sure, but he would buy Silver Edge
He's
if he
an
was to play
honest
Doom.
carry. He plays honest carry heroes and fights you straight up. He doesn't play dirty Meepos.
All I'm hearing out of this is he can't play Meepo.
Maybe he doesn't want to play. Did you ever think about that? Maybe he doesn't want to play.
Is under attack.
Disgraceful carry.
Well, I think P-Vision will say a win's a win.
Dire's top tower
Right
is
now.
under attack.
They put themselves into a decent position to get a 2-0 here. Extreme Gaming had the momentum going their way until this last team fight.
It's a good ward for XG on this lane.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They know what's going on around here.
Might catch 9 class.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Sin's looking for the glimpse. He's not going to find it.
I mean, the dream is you get a static storm connection on the supports, because those are the heroes that are going to get trapped in it, can't get out, and will open up the team fight.
Yeah, especially since you can't static storm the storm spirit anymore.
There's no reason trying to land this on cores. I mean, if you get the Dark Seer, great, but it should not be a target that you expect to get here.
Extreme, I think because they're a little bit scarred from last game and the last team fight. And that actually going to force this bottom lane engagement. Now Tukalis is just cleaning up the waves, pushing into him solo.
P-Vision are getting a lot off this map right now. We're getting to the next set of items here as XG, which will be the BKB for the Bristleback. You will have triple debuff immunity cores, including that Rolling Thunder, and Nullifiers next on the menu for XM. I think is absolutely correct. He's carrying Gem, he's carrying Damage Rune, and that Gunpowder Salt. This angle hits real hard right now. You get him in a fight. Could just wait for Roche in a minute. That would be the more passive option.
Is it time? The time to hit this tier 2?
I mean, to be fair, I think XG are a little scared because none of the aggressive moves in this series have worked out for them.
No,
The only fights in real skirmishes they won is even going into them. But at this point, you should just say, well, let's just wait for objectives, do the objective. They want to come fight us, good fight for us. We won the majority of those. If they don't, we get Aegis. And then we can push it through the game. But please have a plan around it.
Please give yourself a little bit of better chance when you throw.
I think Ame also wants some sort of protection against the Doom by now.
Yeah, he wants Lincolns.
It doesn't exist. There wasn't that early Lotus Orb, which means he's on his own. There is no other way to bail him out from this Doom. Linkens is his best option here, but it's an expensive item.
I mean, it was okay with it, the S&Y choice, if they were able to utilize the Aegis better, right? It's like, oh, the Gyro Hunter doesn't need the protection because we've got an extra life on him, but then they kind of threw that away, so. Smoke up on the mid wave. Fading out something.
They got scanned briefly, but this is the end of that amp damage for XM, so XG really want to get in here now.
Maybe trying to get it off 30-minute power. Physical damage to this hero. Worried though, BKB's more dead now with the minus armor racking up. Grapefly goes out thanks to Decisive. In buyback, but it's not enough to save Satanic. Now he's in danger. Going out on him. Lost sight of him thanks to the Glimmer. Going back to a Night Class. He's trying to get a die back onto Pelosin here. Snowball after him. And it's Night Class who will die. Once again, he's chased after Pelosin a few times and perhaps met his match.
Tough fight for PARIVISION as actually his hold position, gather up their cores. No Doom ever goes down. That was an incredible amount of burst damage. That's not the only thing that went right. PARIVISION in that fight. This is Disruptor has buyback, Pugna has buyback, but Polson, he gets way more done. Massive glimpse on that Doom to drag him back in. As Satanic can't help but feel like he overextended a little bit there. Like, these two cores can still do a lot of damage. That's the upside of this tri-core lineup. Yeah, they built the scale. This BKB, Sanj Bristle, with Gunpowder Gauntlet of his own, he hits pretty hard when your BKB goes down.
I think they went 3 Gunpowder Gauntlets, right?
Yes, all 3 cores.
They clearly had an idea of, like, we all want to be a threat.
I mean, you could say they're packing a punch.
Especially thanks to that Tusk, that is going to be an Aegis for the Bristleback.
Yeah, technically they have 4 punches. Yeah. And a Disruptor. That hero, he punches himself in the face, so let's give him all 5.
So the S&Y for XXS, the Nullifier, I think, how far along is the Pango on that item? Decisive got destroyed in that last fight, by the way. I don't know what he used to Grepify on, but he got one-shot by XM.
This Pugna will absolutely melt if he's not behind the front line, which has to be jump from the Storm and the Doom. Needs to be more on point here from PARIVISION as Nullifier is out here for the Pango. That's a huge deal in this game. They're almost to the Lincolns on the Gyro. That fight did a lot for XG, and notice they gave that Aegis to the Bristle here because Ame wasn't there. XXS can play super far forward now. Not that he wasn't going to anyway, but he does a decent amount of damage with this S&Y BKB Gauntlet buildup, and can't really ignore him. You don't want to focus him now with the Aegis.
Also not bad for hitting buildings because of this warpath damage.
Yeah, if anything, I think you put him on the front line, let him siege an objective, hide Ame.
Yeah.
Does have the Lincolns now, so he has a bit like the ability to, like we saw, Satanic just melted him and didn't even need the Doom. That was the scary part of that.
Trying to melt XXS right here. He's going after Decisive. He'll get away from the Doom. Satanic wanted to pull it out on this thing. Somebody got the kill.
How is he
the save from Decisive, he managed to live.
That was one hit. There's an extra crit there from that Gyro. He does not make it out. Absolutely pushing it to the limit.
Crazy team fight. I mean, the start of it is very favorable for PARIVISION, but they're still fighting through an Aegis.
And there's still no Doom that comes out. That's the crazy part. Satanic is just doesn't want to throw it out because I think he's doing more DPS. Waiting to look for a good target. He's just going in there, right-clicking people down. Winning the fight. He has an AC now. He has insane amount of attack speed, insane base damage. Has the built-in crit. Has the shiv.
I mean, Mid-tier is right-click people down. It's crazy. And large part is this, the critical strike and pack leader, or the fact that they are tied together.
Yeah, it's too valuable.
Yeah. 1 steroid, sure. 2 steroids out of 1 neutral creep.
Well, and the other thing is this, it's an aura. Like, it's not just for him.
Sure. Oh yeah.
That's the even stupider part. Well, he will hit level 25 here. Doom apply mute. Not too shabby this game if you can land on some of the cores, though. To be honest, I don't even know if it's making that big of a difference because he's just chopping them down.
Yeah.
If you can prevent BKBs going off or something, will make a big difference down the line here. Available, put it onto the bristle. She just grouping up. That was another Aegis that backfired completely for you. I mean, at this point, you're getting frustrated if you're XG. Every time you play Disciplined, you play Patient, you get a Roshan, you get an Aegis. It's supposed to be your moment to play aggressive and take this game over. You lose more.
Yeah.
And have to reset. How do you win a game in this series if it's just always one step forward, two steps back? You gotta be able to stand your ground and win an aggressive fight for once.
Maybe the answer is to push it so late that winning a defensive fight gives you a free high ground push.
Yeah, that's another way to do it.
So long.
Go 60 minutes.
Yeah.
Chaos Dota. They'll get another Tormentor here.
Giant's Maul. Even more damage, even more chunks of damage coming out from that crit.
Nasty DPS.
Butterfly will go a long ways for Ame.
I still don't think it's enough, though. I think he just gets shredded if the Doom gap closes him. Sure. The Snowball save bail him out. I think he's also going that Lotus Orb, so they will get it eventually here. Although the scale from PARIVISION is just pretty terrifying here between the Storm and the Doom with Darkseer backup. The Storm is almost level 25 as well. Still has a long way to go. He can pick up bags, he can pick up shard. Still has another 2 item slots here to fill.
Yeah, I feel like Noon's game is,
Dire's middle tower is
I'm not
under
going to say
attack.
quiet, but he hasn't had a super explosive game. Feels like most of the time he's going into a fight, killing one hero, and then retreating. But that's eventually going to change, right? You get level 25, you get an aghanim scepter, like you're gonna get there.
This is a big talent for the hero. A lot of extra damage in the fight. I agree, by his standard, it's been a quiet Storm game. That said, he's still 6'2" and 4 with 450 CS and top 3 net worth. I mean, he's absolutely in position to carry this one.
Yeah, he is.
And it's just dang high for this man. You need hexes here at some point if you're XG. You need more ability to start the fight, have consistent lockdown, get your cores in there, and deal the damage, because you do not want to end up in a situation where you go in, pop BKB on the gyro, pop the Rolling Thunder, get kited, and then Storm jumps you, Doom goes in. We've been seeing that a decent amount. Hex this Storm and just commit on Fire Hex. Slay him. Hold on to some of your BKBs. Be confident about that initiation.
Who's gonna build the Hex?
For me, it would be the Bristle or the Pango. They're both eyeing up just more Doom defensive capability. Another Lincoln Sphere for the Bristle and a Octarine Lincoln Sphere for the Pango.
How often do you see Satan? And I don't mean the player.
Not often, but what's weird about this game is I think XG are correct in identifying the Doom's the issue, and they're itemizing to deal with the Doom. But Titanic is itemizing to not need the Doom to win the fight.
Yeah.
He is just going to go in there and smack him. At least these Lotus Orbs and everything give you a little extra armor. There was a Pyrrhic Cloak picked up for the Bristle as well. That could be pretty nasty in the middle of the fight. And Outworld Staff for Ame. You try and go on this guy with the Blink Doom or a Storm Jump, and he dodges it, comes back out. Could cause a lot of confusion in that first second. Bail you out of a tough situation.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm not sure Satanic knows he's playing Doom at this point. He might think he's playing like Alchemist or something.
I think so, yeah.
This is an Alchemist item shot right here. He's eyeing MKB, Swift Blink, Agi carry Doom. That's the point we've come to.
Heroes over 2, you can build them however you want.
I mean, at this point, you may as well just not level Doom. Just get stats. Like a true one-position carry.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
I think at that point, Valve would know they have to rebalance this here.
Smoke's gonna break on Pelosi. for him. He's going to be last in the maybe not a position. He does have a set of short catch. Spirit is going to pop off. You're going late. He's got 25, and he wins that fight heavily for PARIVISION.
Such a nice fight for the Storm to clean up. All the attention and focus is on the big bad Doom. He played the Lotus Storm well. He didn't have an easy Doom target, but he just sits there and soaks up so much time, so much damage. Costs XG everything. Ultimately, that fight is decided by 9-class fighting initiation. He basically solo. The Tusk has to commit snowball save. Honestly, if I'm Jin Q, I don't even know if I'd go for that way. I think it just ruined his position in that fight.
I think so too.
So you're out 2 supports before the fight even begins.
So like, if you even somehow save the Disruptor, I don't think Static Storm is worth anything until he has Aghanim Scepter. And it's only worth something if you're starting the fight.
He's useless right now. Like, don't worry about him. He's a meat shield.
That will be one lane.
Slowly taking the rack. The fastest gets the job done. Nothing on that Bat Rider for the fight, so you have to worry about the Glassos as well. 10 on some. The 9-class initiation or counter initiation.
Vacuum, it sucks in Pelosive.
These two need to split up, man. They're not helping each other out.
No, they're not.
And it might be one of those situations where you have to just start selling some items to get that Ags up. Because you might be in a situation where you need that Ags for
middle tower has fallen.
Storm Spirit taking this game over.
He doesn't have too many items to sell, but... So speaking of vacuum, Blue Hole is coming. No one's got his Aghanim Scepter.
Massive here. So much gold off that back. Finally, an Aghanim still has 5k gold. That is just Aegis leaves the shard for Satanic, which that is as good as an Aegis with his build up here.
Yeah.
That light steal is insane if you get a couple hits out. There's the courier with the point boost on it.
Oh no!
He wasn't there yet anyway, but again, he could have maybe sold for a clutch fight or something if it came to it. It's going to stall it up for 2.5 minutes here.
Nothing's going right for Pelosive.
XG did get to their triple Lincoln Sphere. It's,
it feels like they have a damage problem, though.
Yeah.
When you build this many Lincoln Spheres, you're not really scaling up damage very much, and we saw the way that Satanic was able to just take some serious pain.
Is under attack.
It also means you don't have extra disables and a Hex for the Storm. Just kind of all in on surviving, winning the fight over the long term. Tall order here.
Yeah.
The defensive fights have worked out so far for XG this series. Maybe it'll keep working out here with the defensive itemization. Be hard to throw the Doom out.
Dire's
Satanic care about doing anyone? I don't think he does.
You don't understand. He doesn't care, Extreme. Man would rather not use the Doom at all.
It's getting to a point where he's just gonna run in and doom the Tusk or something. It's like, yeah, legitimately, he doesn't have to doom a core to win the fight, so just throw it on the snowball save, throw it on the random bristleback if his Lincolns get popped. I don't think Satanic really cares about doing this gyro, particularly since he already negated the Satanic potential from Ame.
Now Ame's thinking about going back for the Satanic.
Well, yeah, because he's not dooming him, so you may as well.
Yeah, but that's when Satanic switches it up on him. Now he is going to doom him. Doomed if you do, doomed if you don't.
The thing is, if Satanic really wants to land dooms, he can just buy an Ags too.
Yeah.
Right? He's been in the middle of the fight. He's able to survive. It's not as if all the single target block is just letting him going that route if he really wants to. Of course, these Lincoln Lotuses are still good against the Batrider. I think that is worth mentioning here. It's not, these are not useless items if the Doom never goes out. You are preventing a decent amount of the Batrider initiation, which is pretty valuable when he has an Ags. You're not preventing a lot of the Storm jump with the Ags, but just to get some backup value here. A lot of BKBs did arrive for PARIVISION as well. I should say the BKB for the Pugna is the big one. Now Ducalis can just survive on the backside of the fight. They're just getting everything right now. They're grinding it up, using Sages to farm. They're all going to have buybacks. They're all going to have everything they want.
Maybe in for a bit of a sleeper if PARIVISION choose not to go high.
I think they're going to go. They still have 2 minutes on the Sages.
I mean, they just don't have a clear high ground hitter.
You just plant a ward, you plant the banner, and you're going to force someone to show them that you can look for the lasso or like the fake lasso jump. Go in with this Storm. I'm pretty confident in this push. Maybe they don't know about this Aghanim Disruptor pulse and they sell that Glimmer to get it.
All right.
He's all in here. Pay off. It could be super impactful if the Doom gets caught somehow before the items go off. It negates so much of Satanic presence, particularly since he's carrying that refresher shard.
Where's the banner drop?
Buybacks in the
Some change left.
You don't even do the win these fights anymore.
Trying to take him out. So he dips away. He's got plenty of time, and yeah, 30 seconds still left on the Aegis. Force it all the heroes of the